Mostly cloudy skies, very little breeze in the stadium at the moment. And Kenny Country. L.J. Scott, the freshman, is the lone running back. And it's a play action fake and a throw on the run for Cook. Back to the ground. L.J. Scott trying to find a hole, and he gets buried.
Blitz movement up front.
Michigan, the best third down defense in the country. Cook going deep and has a man.
It starts with the protection of handling the blitz, but we're going to have right here just a takeoff route from the inside, getting depth, and a great throw, Todd, by Connor Cook, putting it on the back shoulder.
And that's what we've seen all season from him, hanging in the pocket when protection's there.
Mentioned Michigan's strength on defense on third down, but Michigan State's 50% on offense on third down, and that's 8th best. Michigan State. Cook stumbled.
An offensive lineman is going to step on his foot, and you see right there Brian Allen, the new.
Allen won't play today with the ankle injury. Third down and 13. Michigan brings a blitz, and Cook got away for a moment and then threw.
They're going to bring pressure from the outside. Now Connor Cook is responsible for one of the blitzers on the outside.
Tyler O'Connor is the punter. He's a new punter. Punted once last week as Jack Hartbarger struggled and teammates.
Ball start. Offense number 88.
Game last week against Northwestern. Pitches it to Davion Smith. And Davion Smith lined up behind Rudock. And nothing doing. Mike Tressel, who's on the field. Barnett calls the defenses. Rudock in trouble, and he'll be taken down. Back in
on third downs. Riley Buller right here is coming. You have Chris Fry as a nickel back. Darian Harris, 45. They'll be able to make it. Shalik Calhoun wearing number 43 today. They're going to hug up on that man coverage and are able to finish off the blitz.
He's wearing 43 as Calhoun for Ed Davis, the injured linebacker who has not played this season. Blake O'Neill with the rugby punt, and it takes a tremendous bounce. We had a little snow flurry activity early this morning. Connor Cook from his own 2 fires.
On time and doing it with the receiver had not broke from his route. Put it in a perfect spot for him on the sideline.
Yeah, and it's a good coverage to exploit.
Last week at Rutgers, their receivers were outstanding in that win against the Scarlet. Michigan State arrives having won 10 in a row dating back to last year, the 4th longest winning streak in the country. Delton Williams spins ahead to be in the college football playoff. Who would have thought you'd be saying that about Michigan when the year began?
Illegal substitution. 12 players on defense.
They have done that. Benny McGowan's moved from left guard to right. David Beatles. Delton Williams, the running back, the junior. They're going to redshirt him until last week. Cook throws, and it's Aaron Burbridge.
Well, this is the matchup. I mean, it's skill on skill. Our speed guys against your speed guys.
Just a 4-man rush, and Cook with plenty of time and another good catch for him.
Well, it starts with the protection, and they've had so many different line combinations. Right now, these guys are handling the pressure of what Michigan is bringing.
And Burbridge does a really good job of going up and attacking that football. You'll see that throughout the day, and I'm sure Michigan State.
Their receiver group has played so well. Particularly impressive last week in that win against Rutgers. Delton Williams did not get back. They spread the field on 2nd and 10. Cook throws, open receiver, R.J. Shelton.
Turned around, number 5. As R.J. Shelton runs a little switch route, and there's a nice little pick by Burbridge. If they're man-to-man like that, those are...
Will win the one-on-one battles outside. On the delay, Delton Williams lowers his shoulder, crosses the front of Delton Williams. Williams with a flag down at the offensive line.
Personal foul. Chop block.
Now at the 46. Cook take the inside handoff, swung it out to Burbridge, and a good tackle. They started from their own 2, the 11th play of the possession. Cook, all kinds of time, flag down in the secondary. It's an interception, at least for the moment, by DeMonte Thomas. And he brings it back to the 35.
Holding. Defense number 86.
Some type of pressure. There's no pressure. Connor Cook's able to find a throwing lane. We're going to see it right there, Jordan Lewis.
Michigan defense has given Michigan State a first down. And a reverse. Aaron Burbridge with running room. And he's
Dazzle. and they use Shelton and Burbridge for their outside running game in a double reverse, which they have not shown on film, off the jet sweep look. Oh, Wormley running them down at 3.
Fraction over 300. Wildcat. Damian Terry. On 1st and 10, L.J. Scott. Connor Cook in the flat. 8 minutes now from their own 2. Cook throws, and it's batted
this year, and there's not too many like Jordan Lewis. Again, winning the coverage against Burbridge, and that's the matchup all day, Todd, that we'll be watching.
Yeah, and Chris, what's interesting is it seemed like Cook
on special teams, including in field goals. High snap, a blitz from Michigan. Cook throws into single coverage, way out of bounds. Busting through the middle, Sione Homa, the fullback.
Ball says, hey, guess what? We're going to put in a fullback trap at the first day of spring practice. Michigan State didn't think about it. Quick hitter by Homa, who burst through the hole. Excellent kick-out block by the pulling guard. Homa's getting a lot of play.
Also beat up in the secondary. Pressure. Jake Rudock threw it up for grabs. A season practices a knee injury. Was preseason All Big Ten. Played the whole season without him. With 3rd down and 9 at the Michigan State 43. Jake Rudock dumps it off, complete. A.J. Williams, the tight end.
Good job of A.J. Williams being patient coming across, and everybody loses coverage because they're playing man. And when you lose big
A.J. Williams, 1st and 10 Michigan from the state 23. The running back now, true freshman from Sarasota. Rudock, the play fake to him, throws on the run, open receiver, and a first by a wide receiver for Michigan today. Good for 11 yards.
It's a good job by J.U. Chesson settling down, finding the open space, and Rudock able to throw across his body accurately, Todd.
Yeah, and Rudock hanging in there. We've seen a lot more patience, poise, and confidence out of him in the last few games. He's finally starting to get this offense. He knows where receivers are going to pop open, and that was a great example right there.
Well, his receivers and Jake are starting to see the same thing, which they did not do earlier on when we were here against BYU.
1st and goal from the 8. Davion Smith breaks tackles and bowls it. Sione Homa down to the goal line, in for a touchdown.
There's something to be said about confidence in your team, in your offensive line. Running a fullback dive from that far off, the football team will see if they'll rally around.
Returnable kick. Kenny Allen's kick down to R.J. Shelton at the 2. R.J. Shelton took them on a drive of more than 8 minutes before they turned it over on downs the last time they had the ball. Gerald Holmes, tough run. Michigan crowding the line of scrimmage and driving.
Connor Cook can run the football.
He flips it to Burbridge, who is buried behind the line. Backup punter Tyler O'Connor is in there. His 2nd effort of the day, another low line drive. Fielded on a hop by Jabril Peppers. And he will not get away from Chris Fry. Michigan about a touchdown favorite today with what they've done. Off the 5 and scored in each phase of the game last week against Northwestern. Look out. Started today 56th in the country in total defense. 57th now.
But Shalik Calhoun at the top of your screen just comes with a little twist. Then what he does very well, if his first pass rush does not move, he's got a great counter move, and I like the fact that he can.
Yard punt in the 1st quarter was 2 yards short of the school record of 82 for Monty Robbins in 1986 in a game at Hawaii. And that punt will. On 1st down, the handoff to L.J. Scott. Now Morgan's number 3. Excellent student as well, 3.4 GPA in education. Wants to be a high school principal like his dad and grandfather. Connor Cook slides down under.
Personal foul, plus targeting, defense.
Ooh. Slides is going to change his angle, and you have a defensive player running into the football. And I don't see the targeting unless it's on Bolden right there, and they're already without James Ross.
I didn't hear a number announced, and that's what I was wondering. It looked like he tucked under the hit. And there's Joe Bolden coming in 2nd. They're playing without James Ross for this first half, who would be a starting outside linebacker. He was ejected for targeting in the third quarter last week against Northwestern, so had to sit out the first half.
You see right there, Sean, Joe Bolden's face mask will come down on Connor Cook's face mask.
Michigan State 1st and 10 of the 24. The slant, good for another first. Receptions for Burbridge, senior from Farmington Hills, Michigan. L.J. Scott finds a hole, finds the end zone. Already his 7th rushing touchdown of the year. Michigan State has tied it, and a controversial call has sent Michigan's leading tackler out for the rest of the game. Deep for the kickoff from Kevin Cronin. Jabril Peppers will handle it. Jabril Peppers! And again, the coverage woes continue for the Spartans. Problems continue.
Well, the kickoff return is like running an offensive running play. Everybody's assigned a man in a gap. Nobody blocking behind the football. Jabril Peppers explosive.
Spartans 48. He comes out throwing and fires a deep ball. Caught!
And the throwing. They want to get their safeties involved in their running game. You got J.U. Chesson matched up on Grayson Miller, and it's no match. And a great throw and a great read by Rudock.
Yeah, that's part of what makes Rudock so smart.
23-yard gain. Back to the ground with Davion Smith, Eastern time. 2nd and 5, Michigan. Rudock, play action, couldn't find anybody. Chased by Joel Heath and threw it in the play calling with the offensive coordinator Tim Drebno. Rudock steps into the throw and it's incomplete. The first one in 2007. Mike Hart uttered those famous words about Michigan State being the Wolverines' little brother. D'Antonio and the Spartans have won 6 out of 7 since. R.J. Shelton out of bounds. And they take advantage of Michigan being without 2 starting linebackers now. Delton Williams was player. Cook throws low.
Hard to see if we'll see if this is a catch. It's recognizing blitz. They had outside pressure coming from the outside. Connor Cook understands he's responsible.
Delton Williams banged around, hard-earned. Decided to come back for his senior year. Swings it out wide for Delton.
They have an answer to that question.
3rd down and 8. Michigan brings a blitz and they get to Cook.
Last week, that's number 22. First of all, it's a great design and great timing by Michigan State on the blitz. Delton Williams steps inside, vacates where Wormley's coming, and it's an easy sack. When you're not playing, you're not used to blitz pickup, that's what happens. Mental error.
The 4 entering today, the fewest in the Big Ten and 8th fewest allowed in the country. Tyler O'Connor's punt. Jabril Peppers running room to the right. Whoa, gets a block at midfield and down.
25. You know, he gets a hard block. I think he makes a mistake. Watch, because he is going to block behind the football. He had no shot at getting Peppers. So what he should do is turn to go to the next level. See how Peppers is running.
Rudock. The 41-yard line of Michigan State. Power football on 1st down. National championship season for Michigan. Ron Higdon did well to hang on to the ball. Demetrius Cox drives him back. Bump Elliott, Bo Schembechler.
Make sure everybody understands what you're doing.
So finally they snap it. The play fake one way and they try to set up a screen to the other. R.J. Shelton back for the punt. Blake O'Neill, graduate transfer from Weber State. Boy, well, you would think here Michigan State would be very conservative with only 1 timeout.
The decision does not give the Wolverines any momentum.
Neither team has turned it over. Cook on target, 1st down.
Pass interference. Offense number 82.
It's a favorite target of Cook, particularly in the red zone.
Boy, you know, right here is 82, Price. And, you know, this is what Michigan does so well, is they play man-to-man, and Price comes in, and that's a push-off. I mean, you can't do that.
Clock down to 1 as they snap it. Gerald Holmes. And that will be the last.
Back to his natural position.
Kevin Cronin kicks off. Jabril Peppers from the 4. Get it running back. Joe Carriage is the fullback. Smith stopped Third down, less than a yard. They hand it off to the fullback Carriage, and Michigan State was ready for that.
Calhoun, number 43, coming down and beating the block of Poggi and cutting him off. Outstanding get off by Shalik Calhoun. That's what makes him such a dangerous player, is his great get off. And Poggi has no shot at cutting him off on the inside.
80-yard punt in the first quarter for Blake O'Neill, the longest punt of the year in college football at the top level. L.J. Scott, the ball carrier on first down. Replay booth and the officials on the field. Bolden still intentionally turned his head and away to target. R.J.
here at the top. That's the matchup.
Cook looks in that direction, throws down the seam off the hand of Burbridge.
I mean, this is your money guy on a money down. He beats Jordan Lewis inside and goes up with one hand when he should have went up with two.
And I just think all day long, Chris, we've seen these Michigan defensive backs.
Todd to do a great job of pinning that arm against the body fake.
Here's a fake. The backup quarterback and new punter, Tyler O'Connor.
The ability to use his speed to get to that first down. But again, when you're playing man-to-man, and there's great effort by Desmond.
On the run, didn't want to try it. From the 38. Smith on 2nd and 2. First down. Negative yardage play today. Bill Peppers back on the field and off.
Ball start. Offense number 86.
Still on the field with the offense. They flip it to him. Rudock dead. Jabril Peppers down the sideline and shoved out.
Sometimes value is off what you do. Davion Smith is going to get the key block to spring Peppers on a jet sweep. Team defense.
We saw earlier, Chris, 2 timeouts called when Peppers was on the field. I just watched the defensive back, starting with Arjun Colhoun, to turn the corner.
He hadn't played on offense until today. Davion Smith reaches for the goal line.
Right knee looked like he was down about at the 1 yard line.
Plagued by turnovers. They try again. Smith.
Watch as he shoots in here. You're going to have Bullock come in and shoot down low. Now he gets tripped up a little bit, but you have to stay high on the goal line as much as you can.
You know, his body was across the goal line. That ball looks like it's behind him from the first angle we had. Yeah, there's the ball on the ground. Smith.
Yeah.
They bet on Sione Homa, and he gets stuffed for the moment. Boy, how long will they give him? They're already blowing the whistle. You wonder about forward progress being stopped. Now, this is the anniversary of the Bush push. And Davion Smith.
The forward progress is stopped.
Yeah,
right there.
Mistake, because I just assumed when they were running in from the sideline that they were stopping the play, and they weren't, apparently.
After further review, the ruling on the field of touchdown stands.
38 yards for Homa's second touchdown of the game, and the Allen kicks off. And Archer's undefeated, as is Michigan State, 2-0 in Big Ten play entering today.
These receivers have to get open.
Cook the inside fake and throws complete to Burt, the 41.
And at least he gains a little bit of separation and gives Cook a tight little window to throw the ball into. Does a nice job putting it there. They need to continue to do this, whether it's rub routes, bunch formation.
Right now.
Connor Cook, design roll, has some running room, instead throws. This is their 5th first down pass. 19 plays today. They started out 3 passes on their first 5 first downs. I guess the question is, by the time he has possession of it, is he still in bounds?
I think right there is possession of the ball, and his toe is dragging inbounds. It's interesting, the matchup. Michigan is committed to putting Peppers on Shelton, Lewis on Burbridge.
Careful in that white space.
Yeah, you can get in trouble for that. Now they can flag you for sideline interference.
DJ Durkin said he's learned a tremendous amount throughout the years from Greg Madison. He says every week we found a way to win, and that's the bottom line. Find a way to win. Cook the pump fake, has a man open. Touchdown, Michigan State.
An outstanding patience. Here's the double move. Just a little post corner route. Clark jumps it. Connor Cook delivers a strike, Todd.
Yeah, he dropped it right in there. Perfect spot in the ball. Perfect timing.
Quick strike for Michigan State. Michigan State's never won 7 out of 8. They're within 3 after the touchdown. Kevin Cronin rolled the kickoff down, trying to help the coverage. Doesn't help much. J.U. Chesson.
And we'll be proud of you anyway. Go blue. Beat the Spartans.
Right now they're leading. Both of these schools treasure their traditions. 80 yards. Most importantly, he has not turned it over. Rudock surveys the field, lofts one a little short, but on target for Amara Darboh.
Really good job by Michigan, realizing the pass rush has been an issue, as Chris had mentioned. They kept Jake Butt in and allowed them to have enough guys on that side to really take care of Calhoun and the extra rushers.
You're putting too much pressure on Grayson Miller right there. You've got to be able.
Place, it might have been a touchdown. It's a 32-yard gain instead. Davion Smith.
Those guys by jamming inside receivers. Corner blitz.
Rudock surrounded, got it off, intended for J.U. Chesson. He got
Here's Cox.
Pass interference. Defense number 33.
Reed right off the get-go. Understanding again the matchup that he wants when you have J.U. Chesson on Reschke. You'll take that all day. And actually a pretty...
Third penalty for the Spartans. They aren't penalized much. Chesson, running room. Chesson and Williamson. Viante Copeland.
So one of the first times Shalik Calhoun has made a mental error chasing the play.
Second down and 1. Davion Smith spins ahead for the first. Play fake to Smith. Rudock stepped up. Darboh.
Holding. Offense number 71.
Cost. He's going to get caught here with a good tackle actually on Shalik Calhoun.
Two fullbacks on the field. Rudock, lots of time, can't find anybody open. Running out of time and throws it away.
Yeah, and they got tired. They have a lot of pride and they're playing tougher.
Dumped off and batted down. He's trying to set it up for
Heath saves the day. Look at Glasgow going to come right out here and pick up Riley Bulla. And see all that space right there?
Michigan State brings pressure and a wide open receiver. J.U. Chesson for one today. And it is revenue.
I think he goes for 117 tonight. That's my prediction.
Take the
Okay.
Michigan State. His return to action, he felt helped elevate his team. Good catch.
An adjustment by the Michigan State offense and Connor Cook of getting other receivers involved. Well-placed ball, Todd.
And Cook on a little tempo.
As Chris suggested earlier, they might try to get in a little rhythm. They don't typically do it. R.J. Shelton in the third quarter. Delton Williams.
The safety, goal line on goal line.
Third down and 2. Power football. Who'll win the battle at the line of scrimmage? This time it's Michigan.
After the play was over, unnecessary roughness. Defense number 69.
There's Willie Henry, number 69, who the flag is called on. Defense is doing a great job. I mean, come on, man.
State, TCU, and Memphis. Memphis won its 13th straight game today in the upset against Ole Miss. Connor Cook on 1st and 10 throws into straight Big Ten road games. Down by 6, batted down at the line of scrimmage.
Going to his hot route, but again, like we saw Michigan State do, this time Willie Henry.
Michigan brings blitz off the corner, down the middle.
Seeing what Connor Cook has seen, he sees the blitz coming from the right, understands he has the matchup to the left, and just a missed time throw. There's the man beaters that Todd McShay talks about. Switch routes.
Pressure again, but Cook has time. Throws, dropped!
Just a great job by Connor Cook there, just moving slightly in the pocket in order to buy some extra time. Found the open receiver, put it right where he had to, Chris.
You know what? These games, they come down to 5 or 6.
For the third time, Michigan from the 32. Any kind of score would make it a 2-score game. Rudock going deep. He had over 100 yards receiving and 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, if he's even, he's leaving. And right here, Jake Rudock underthrows him. Throw that ball out there. Let the speedy J.U. Chesson go up and make a play. I don't think he underthrew that on purpose.
Davion Smith, great penetration. Third down and 11. Rudock, another deep throw on target. In a key spot by the Spartans.
Yeah, you got to be aware of where you are in the field. Demetrius Cox takes his eyes off his guy that he is responsible for. Recognition by Darbo of sitting at
24-yard gain. Again. Play action pass for Jake Rudock on first down, and Shalik. All time at Michigan State in sacks. Just a three-man rush. Rudock zips one low. We'll just show the same replay you saw on the big screen. The crowd thinks it was a catch.
I think it's a catch too. I think his hands were underneath the ball from that angle.
This time he punts it straight on. Shelton signaled for the fair catch, didn't catch it, really didn't. Michigan State, and the ball's back on the 4-yard line. L.J. Scott just trying to get some room. Receivers in two bunches to either side. Connor Cook out of the end zone, throws short of a first down. A blitz. Connor Cook dumps it off.
Good job by Jordan Lewis off the get-go of disrupting the timing of the route. Gets tripped and does not put his hands on him, but he is
the starter for most of the year. Jake Hartbarger, redshirt freshman. Short punt, fielded on the run by Jabril Peppers. Flag down, flag down.
There is no foul for a block in the back.
They so choose when the game's over from that standpoint.
It's number 24, I believe, Wayne Lyons, defensive back. You know, you can go either way on that. I thought from that angle, he was on the side.
Here is huge. It would make it a two-score game. J.U. Chesson scored twice this year on Jets, your seniors. Rudock, his pass batted
right into the pass rush, taking away his own throwing lane. He had a throwing lane right there. He ran that way into the throwing lane. Peppers in the slot down here to your screen.
And they throw it to Peppers in space. And he's going to be stopped about two. This is a 38-yard try. He's made his last 5. He's made his last season against the Owls. Kenny Allen kicks off for Michigan. Now with a 9-point lead.
Building that chip on his shoulder.
Couple of fakes in the run game, and Cook has a wide open receiver. Trevin Pendleton, the fullback, off to the races inside the 20. Batted down from behind, but he's in for a touchdown. Let's make sure this was a touchdown. It's never a sure thing today. Yes.
Absolutely a touchdown.
From that angle, you can't tell if he's over the goal line or not. They take the touchdown away, and it doesn't matter. Michigan State's become one of the great touchdown or less, and it took them just 29 seconds to score on this possession.
Yeah, Michigan has everybody covered. Now Delano Hill gets lost in space and starts covering dirt. Did not see Pendleton sneak out. Connor Cook, excellent at finding the open receivers and exploiting a weakness.
Well, and we talked about expect the unexpected in this rivalry. Consistently, Mark D'Antonio and his coaching staff have pulled out tricks in big games, and just really a great design.
In Michigan State history, D'Antonio, another squib kick by Kevin Cronin. And it's booted around, and Jabril Peppers and J.U. Chesson trying to get on a loose ball.
I think J.U. Chesson is the one that comes up with it. Right there between his legs, and that's a battle. And J.U., and I've been on the bottom of those piles, and it's exhausting being in the bottom of that pile because you're holding on with every ounce of strength and energy you have to protect that football. And that's a great play and a salvage by J.U. Chesson.
Well, it's still not secure for a while, and then it looks like he scoops it in. Jermaine Edmondson closest for Michigan State. There hasn't been a turnover in the game. That was awfully close. Davion Smith cannot get outside. Gang tackle position coming out of high school. Florida State among those who really wanted him. Rudock short, and a short gain to Jake Butt. Michigan by 2. Third down and 9. 4-man rush. Rudock throws off the hands
Takes
of
a tough guy, and J.U. Chesson's a tough guy to catch one off the middle. I'm not sure his eyes don't leave this football at the last second. Oh, he just dropped the ball, and
It takes
Good
a tough
throw.
guy at the quarterback position. Rudock, he didn't care. Stared down the gun barrel, made a big-time throw. Receiver's got to come up with it.
Blake O'Neill, rugby punt, line drive. R.J. Shelton, their own 46. They've trailed by 10 and by 9. Now they're within 2. They have not led today. Connor Cook deep and caught.
Battle individually on the perimeter. Here we go, tempo again.
And a blitz and a throw for
The vast majority of the day, but a big-time moment. You see Burbridge goes down the field, is able to gain a little bit of separation and makes the tough catch. Right there, Lewis is with his hand, just not able to make the play. I mean, you don't get many better individual one-on-one matchups on the perimeter than we're getting today between Burbridge and Lewis.
Two great players doing battle in a great game.
Bear in mind, Michigan State's had major field goal difficulties. The field goal will give them the not in field goal range right here. Under 7 minutes to go. Cook is pressured, hit as he throws. It is dropped. McGarrett.
This is just Connor Cook and why he's going to excel at the next level. Knowing that he's going to get smacked by Desmond Morgan. Look where the ball is placed, where his guy can only catch it. And again, McGarrett Kings, it would have been a tough catch, but guess what? In this type of game,
Hartbarger took the last punt. O'Connor trying to pooch it down. And too far. Touchback, 1st and 10 from the 20. Ron Higdon. Jake Rudock steps up, deep throw, man open! Too long for J.U. Chesson.
earlier in the ball game, we saw that he was short. J.U. Chesson has separation. Just Jake did not put enough air under it.
They're set up perfectly, too. They motioned over Williams.
It's getting better.
3rd down and 9. Looked like Michigan State was offside. There's a flag down on the play.
To play man in this short yardage.
Michigan 4 out of 13 on 3rd down. That pass is batted away up in the air. It comes back to Rudock, who gets wrestled to the ground. Well,
You know, Jake throws the fastball. And again, he recognizes the man coverage. And Darbo, the ball is there, but it's fast. And Jake Rudock, avoiding disaster to help with field position, at least catches the football and brings it in.
second straight 3 and out. Michigan State rising up on defense. Blake O'Neill's been one of the stars of the day, the Michigan punter. 1 yard edge in the rushing total, and as we mentioned, the team that's rushed for the more.
Offside, defense number
In
69.
his playbook. 4-man rush. Cook running out of time, spins away and then goes.
Right there, coming off the top as the inside tackle. They run a little stunt. They lose him on a stunt, Todd, and he's able to knock him enough off balance.
The routes
15. Spartans from their own 23. 4:10 to go. Here comes the rush again. Cook floats one. Caught!
Complaints with Lewis, and Burbridge makes a great play, but an even better throw. And every time he's hit Burbridge on the fade, he's always thrown it to the back shoulder, which is the perfect placement where his guy gets it or nobody gets it as they go tempo after the big gain.
26-yard gain, 9th catch for Burbridge, as they did at crunch time against Rutgers last week. Wolverines rush only 3, still put heat on Cook, just 2 out of 10 today against the best 3rd down defense in the country. Michigan blitzes, and it's a 1st down. Gerald Holmes, better than he's shown this year. It might come down to him. 2:10 to go. Cook in trouble, and for the quarterback.
Well, again, this time it's just Willie Henry who beats Brian Allen on a quick swim move. Brian Allen ducks his head. When you duck your head, it's like man-to-man coverage. You're going to lose your guy who you're responsible for.
It's really only Henry. Michigan, 3-man rush down to the 3-man rush again. Cook throws, and it's bad.
Burbridge does a really good job of being exactly where Cook expects him to be. Goes up and attacks the ball. Problem is that Lewis, the cornerback, once again has his hands exactly.
3-man rush, and Henry gets pressure again. Cook had to scramble, just lofts it up, and it is bad.
We thought Willie Henry is beating him with speed off the edge, forces Connor Cook to run. Then you see Maurice Hurst coming in to finish him off. Great angles by the Michigan secondary to knock that away.
Getting with 3. Willie Henry, a standout here at the end of the game. Only 1 timeout left. Comes from having success. You know, last year they were waiting for the inevitable bad thing to happen. Michigan rather was down and not showing signs of getting back up. But you have to be careful here. Make sure the snap's on target.
What you
Can't allow a block, and There's nobody back deep for Michigan State. I was going to say you might want to kick it out of bounds to prevent a return, but with nobody back there, just kick it down the field.
Tell your punter to one-step it. Don't take your normal steps. One-step it, get it out.
Whoa, he has trouble with the snap, and the ball is free. It's picked up by Michigan State's Jalen Watts-Jackson, and he scores on the last play of the game. Unbelievable. Improbable way to win today. There's a couple of questions now on this play. Most notably, did he stay in bounds?
Bounds right there. Good blocking downfield.
No question about that. He's way in bounds. And did he score? Yes, he did. And the clock did expire. 38 yards. O'Neal, who's been terrific all season long in his first year at Michigan. All he had to do was handle the snap and get it off, and he could not.
Well, it almost looked like Shawnee started his rugby-style punt before he caught the football to secure it. Definitely a touchdown. And
thank goodness clearly across the goal line before his knee went down, because I don't think anybody on either side would want to have to suffer through another replay review at the goal line.
Well, and I think another, learning tool, another mistake that he made was tried to kick the ball as opposed to once he secured that football, just cut your losses right there, because the only thing that Michigan State could have countered with would be the Hail Mary.
Jalen Watts-Jackson, backup defensive back, predominantly a special teams player, sophomore from Dearborn.
Aggressive, great football game.
Game's first turnover comes in the final.